Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. I guess friends ain't be dropping gems. Always keep it genuine. Knowledge, power, and some funny. Every week, every Monday. Pure, real, and honest. Tap in, leave a comment. You tune in to Mattie Mondays.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mattie B, and we are back around another 7 days for another episode of Mattie Mondays. If I have never told you guys, you are the reason for the season. Tonight's episode is called Prayers for Our, here we go, Prayers for Our Nation. And just in a little humor, somebody prayed for me today, okay? To be here to find some energy. But truly, you guys are a source. And I am thankful for another Monday to spend with you guys in conversation, and just realness and talking about the moment, talking through some things in a serious and sober way, but not somber. But we're going to get into some real topics briefly. Can never get too far away from the moment of what's really happening. So we're going to have a good conversation tonight. And just making sure that we are staying attached and not getting too lost in our worlds outside of being mindful and having thoughts and being intentional and praying for not only our nation, but our community right beside us. So we're going to get into it. Before that, this is Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. And beyond anything, we do community. You guys have been in these comments already ready, so I'm gonna fly over here really quickly and see who's in the building, and then we're gonna get into it. All right, we got Chev in the building. What's going on? Happy Monday. Chev says, greetings, Mattie Mondays members. It's 2025. We are here. Natalia, what's up in the building? She says, good evening, everyone. Mama Mattie says, hi, family. Twin says, hey, everyone. What's up, twin? Imani's in the building. She said, good evening, everyone. Let me find out, Imani. She's coming for the number one spot. We got C Styles in the building. What's up, Chris? She says, hello, family. Thank you guys for being here again. You guys are the fuel of accountability, the fuel of excitement, the fuel of vigor to be here, and to be ready to share and exchange, and again, be present. All right, so tonight, before we get into it, I gotta give a special, very, very special happy birthday to our brother, friend of the show, 3+1 member, Cato Dupree. Happy birthday to you. Tomorrow's birthday is Brenda, friend of the show. If you did not remember, Miss Brenda, a couple years ago in this StreamYard season of Mattie Mondays, she did an amazing episode as a new mom for our Mother's Day 3-piece series. So happy birthday to you, Brenda. Shout out to you guys. If there are any other birthdays that I have missed, please do drop them in the comments, so we can spread some more birthday love. Capricorn season is going strong, okay? It's going strong. Tony said happy birthday to you, Kato. Crystal said happy birthday, Kato and Brenda. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will not keep you long, but in this moment in time, there are a lot of serious and for many devastating things that are occurring in our world, in and around our community. And I wanted to touch base on these topics, just to make sure that we are continuing and sharing in communication, sending good vibes and prayers, specifically prayers for our nation, tonight's episode topic, and just talking through some serious things. So any thoughts, any piece of information, anything that you want popped up on the screen just to share with our community and the broader community, make sure you drop it in the comments, and I will get it up on the screen as we talk through this conversation, as we address this moment in time. I'm gonna grab my checkpoints and we are going to get into it. Chevy says, "Happy birthday, Kato and Brenda." Brenda's got a baby. We used to sing that to her all the time in college, and now she finally has got a baby, so it works. All right, tonight, specifically, um, I have continued, even coming out of the winter season, to get updates, calls, just shares with my friends, some of you guys shared friends and family and community members of loss, of some challenges in health, um, again, in and around our Mattie Mondays community and broader. So I want to continue to address those things. If we could just continue to keep one another in our prayers, and just the broader community, everybody is dealing with something. So let's be reminded of those things. Continue to walk through, our days with some grace, for ourselves and for our neighbor, even for the most challenging people we might encounter throughout our days, being out in the world. So that is something to keep in mind. And again, from those issues to from health to loss to Hawaii a while back, just a short while back, to Los Angeles specifically, dealing with fires. There is a lot to pray for and a lot to talk about. I found a pretty cool post on social media, so I'll be sharing that resource here before we depart, on just ways that we can get in action from afar, in addition to our prayers and our check-ins with our friends and family here on the East Coast and the West Coast. I believe it might be my first mention of it here on Mattie Mondays, but I wanted to go into a brief share, and I think it'll be really um, informative and valuable in this moment in time to have a later show, not far from now, but dedicated to the topic. But as a youth, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mattie Monday's family, that went through that experience, we shared that experience. But in middle school as a youth, we experienced losing our home to a house fire. So I can, from a kid's point of view, share in um, that range of just emotions of displacement, but definitely having a community around to rally and to step in for all of us. There's so many things, and that's just from a youth's perspective, that comes with losing everything. In our scenario, we thought one of our family members was in the home, and luckily she was not. So that was an added piece of kind of being frightened and fear. But what I do remember most in that moment was how my family, the community on our street, in our neighborhood, and also my community in our school, like really truly rallied around us. So in that being the foremost thought and memory for me, I think it's super important to figure out a way, even in going through our own trials and tribulations. It could be monetary, it could be in prayer, it can be in a phone call, different ways that we can step up and be here for people. But I remember that being my foremost, like my largest memory outside of the devastation and maybe frustration. But again, I was a youth dealing with it. I wasn't the leader, I wasn't the adult in the scenario, but I truly will always have that piece stick with me of how people rallied around us. So I think that in this moment, that's a big way that we can show up for friends and family that are far, and for strangers that are dealing with losing their homes to these house fires, across the wealth spectrum. I don't think the amount of money that people make, and I know people are making those differentiations online, but that doesn't, I don't think it really changes the loss and the devastation. It humanizes everyone in the scenario. So having more money, maybe the recovery might be a little easier in the future, but I don't think that it changes the heartbreak in the moment. So I'm going to talk through some ways that we can show up for one another. And again, I think that it will be super valuable. So I'm going to tug on and I'm going to tap on the adults, one of the adults that was in that scenario, because I think it'll be again, extremely valuable for them to give their perspective as one of the leaders in that moment, having to deal with taxes, insurance, um, being in charge of making sure everybody had somewhere to stay until they got back on their feet as a collective, as the adults in the scenario. Um, Fear, stress, like those things I can't relate to, being the youth in that scenario back in the day. So I think it'll be valuable. So we're gonna tap on one of our Mattie Mondays members and maybe have them on. But again, a big piece in that moment that I remember as a kid was my community, the direct and family and my neighborhood and our school rallying around us. So tonight, in addition to prayers for our nation, I wanted to just bring that encouragement and nudge for you guys to um, whether it's what I'll share later, tapping into some of the resources that you can give to for our nation community in LA and on the West Coast, or again in the things that we know some of our family and friends are dealing with, and just picking up the phone and giving somebody a call, checking in, offering your condolences through a card in the mail. Chevy, you definitely you definitely put that back in front of me of how special that is for people. Or just, picking up the phone call and letting someone hear your voice. So those are some ways that I encourage you guys to show up for others in this moment, and ways that I know that we have appreciated in the past that others have showed up for us. So that is my little spiel. I see you guys over here in the comments, so I'm gonna hop back over here. Yes, happy birthday, happy belated birthday to Aunt Dawn, Mattie Monday's extended family through my Aunt Tan. Happy birthday to you. All right, so let's get back in these comments and let's see where you guys are at, and any additional thoughts that you have to add to to this topic in this moment. All right, so we all see Styles. Happy birthday to Aunt Dawn. Let's get that up on the screen. Some more love from Chev. Happy birthday to Kato and Brenda. Imani says, "Aye." And Chev, yes, prayers for January 2025. Yes, we are just starting, and it's definitely some challenges in the greater community, period. And then on the direct level, to address it while we're here in this moment, and we'll be back next Monday. But we know that there will be some shifts in this changing of the guard coming within the next few days, several days. So definitely, it's good to continue to check in on each other, to be vocal, to have these conversations out loud, and to do our best to figure out how one another and others need for their loved ones to show up. Yes, it's definitely, we are guaranteed some continuous shifts for sure. Chev says prayers for our community. And Mama Mattie says happy birthday, everyone. No, absolutely. Wouldn't wish that on anyone. Of course, Crystal went through that experience with myself. So she understands it as a older sibling perspective. Chevy shares. Nita Jones out in Cali said, "Thanks for the prayers from Team Mattie B." She says she's good for now. Awesome. Shout out to Nita Jones. Super dope, talented artist, hardworking woman for the city. Thank you, Chevy, for that update and sharing. Again, I wasn't planning to hold you guys long this evening. As you know, I was deliberating with Mama Mattie and just going through this fast pace rolling last 48 hours. Just trying to figure out what was the most natural and intentional conversation to have tonight. In the last hours, this is what came through. So I definitely wanted to touch on that and be loud and very bold about this topic. Again, we got friends. I've had calls, text messages, from accidents to health injuries to losses, to friends over on the West Coast, just checking in group messages, determining who needs anything and who was affected that we know directly. It is going to be a continuous conversation, so definitely wanted to have this one out loud with you guys, the ones that I hold near and dear, here at Mattie Mondays and our Mattie Mondays members. All right. So if you have any additional thoughts, any additional ideas, please take a moment to share them in the comments. I am going to share what I thought was a great resource that I saw on social media. And this one is specifically for those dealing with the losses in LA. I'm going to drop myself down here, and I'm going to take and leave each slide up for several seconds. And you, of course, you can catch it on the replay. But seemed to be some really, really great sources that if you would like to have a way to, in addition to prayers and thoughts, and reaching out and calls to tap in, these will be available. So I'm going to hop down and put these on the screen and share them, and you guys can take a look. All right, here we go. All right, so this first one is where to find information. Los Angeles Fire Department, Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, Watch Duty app, Ready LA County, and NWS. These are some sources that you can tap into, and these are websites associated with some, and then the @ symbol is representative of their Instagram accounts. So that is where you can go find, through those specific sources, more information. Human evacuation shelters. And again, if there is someone that you know out in the area, this is something that you can absolutely pass off. They can check out this episode and skip to this part if they need. So human evacuation shelters, Westwood Recreation Center, El Camino Real Charter High School, and Pasadena Convention Center. I would recommend, if possible, doing the research on the safety in these areas as well. That is important. It was a thought that came to mind. I needed to share it because it came through. Animal evacuation shelters are available throughout. So it's something you can share if someone needs to tap in or have, I'm sure a lot of people are running into, abandoned or displaced pets. So it might be somewhere that they can relocate them. How to volunteer. Several resources here. What is it? Canary Rescue Club. Excuse me if I butchered that. My Safe LA. Volunteer County of Los Angeles. American Red Cross. Los Angeles region. And I'm sure on their website they have places, if you're interested in donating, that are readily available for those who are not in the area. And this one specifically is tailored for donating directly. And the options here: Community Foundation's Wildfire Recovery Fund, California Fire Foundation, Habitat for Humanity of the Greater Los Angeles area, Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, and the World Central Kitchen. So again, these are ways that you can tap in from afar if you so desire. And I thought this was really neat. In addition, on this slide, on this post, they shared that LA 211 is paired up with Airbnb, and anyone who has been evacuated because of the Palisades fires can stay in an Airbnb for 1 week at no charge. I thought that was a really, really dope initiative. And there's a contact down below in the website for that. All right. Again, there are real things happening. And it is definitely a time to be in tuned, not weighed down as best as possible, but definitely aware, sober, but to avoid somberness. But we definitely have to continue to have these conversations and shares. And I am hopeful for a specific conversation here in the near future, which I think will be super valuable, and I'll absolutely dive deeper into my experience, but a shared experience in specifically losing your home to a house fire and all of the ways that I wasn't even aware of as a child, that of things that had to be dealt with, um, the weighing and just the adjustment and the reset that had to take place. So hopefully we can tap on our Mattie Mondays member, to to share in that moment, to flashback for the sake of um, just offering some needed perspective, I'm sure, and some encouragement, because obviously decades now we are here, decades later we are here. So all right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, the most appropriate song in the catalog, to take tonight out with, you guys know, will be this evening in our favor. Um, Again, it was a thought and it was attention and it was a quick action to release it, but it continues to remain appropriate and needed in coming out of 2024 into 2025. So we are going to go out with that vibration. Drop any thoughts, any ideas, any comments, any love, any encouragement that you have in the comments to your Mattie Mondays members and beyond. I am your girl, Mattie B. This is Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. And most importantly, we do community. Thank you guys again for just existing, because you were my extra charge, my extra push, on the heels of this intense 48 hours. I love you guys. I appreciate and I value the accountability that is embedded in this exchange that we have created. And thank you guys for always encouraging, holding me up, holding this space up, adding your value, adding your thoughts, and doing your piece and putting your piece to the puzzle here as a collective. Um, uh, let me put this on screen because this is very important. Pause for the cause. Imani shares, so off topic. My daughter's saying you're beautiful. Thank you so much. You are gorgeous. Mom, your friend is beautiful. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Your friend is on fumes, guys. You hear I got the deeper voice tonight. All of it. I'm fighting through though. But no, I am super again thankful for you guys for the space, and whatever I had muster up, I was gonna make it happen. Mama Mattie says, prayers for everyone. Although it's material, it truly leaves an empty space. Yes, absolutely. And our material things, a lot of them have hold a lot of weight and memory and value. So absolutely, it's still important for sure. In our favor, the perfect song for these times. Absolutely. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys. I'm thankful and grateful for you. We are going to get into the vibrations to take us out for the evening. Have an amazing week. Keep those vibes up. Again, if then, remember that if then, and it applies to our emotional state. So if one condition is occurring, then have a planned action. So if you are not feeling up to it, then put on something that is motivational, that'll push you through or make that call, whatever it requires to get to that next moment, and to hit that mark that you set out to hit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I digress. Yes, for sure. Mama Mattie agrees with you said, in our favor. Screenshot all the oh yes, absolutely. Screenshot all the resources. Excellent. And I'll make sure I share that on my social. Get some rest. Yes, I'm gonna do my best tonight, as this train will keep on rolling this week at a high speed. All right. I love you guys. In our favor, as you know, is out now and streaming. You can play it back on a loop. You can share with somebody that you think it will bring some value to, and Just a good vibration. All right, have an amazing week. I will talk to you guys soon. I will see you in 7 days. And we are out of here. All right, I'm going to head over here because the computer is lagging. So I'll get this thing rolling from here, from the celly. All right, have a great night. I love you guys. Until next week. All right.
I'm sending this to remind you that you are not alone. Hoping that these words, they find you at the very perfect moment. I can't take the pain away, but I can wrap my love around you. I can't stop the rainy days, but I can stand here right beside you. I'm here right beside you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sending this to remind you, life is working in our favor. Pain, hurt, and tears sometimes blind you, but stay up, stay strong. You are not alone. This message is here to remind you, life is working in our favor. I'm sending this to console you, to give your tears a home. Don't let the anger control you. You will make it through. Those sunny days will come. You will endure the storm. You have much more to do. Can't let the darkness hide you. And I pray the light will guide you. Yeah. I'm sending this to remind you, life is working in our favor. Pain, hurt, and tears sometimes blind you, but stay up, stay strong. You are not alone. This message is here to remind you, life is working in our favor. You're never alone, you're never alone. You're never alone, you're never alone. Love is for eternity, even when we've gone away.